I am surprised, impressed, and terrified, a little bit disturbed, but also feeling strangely hopeful. That's a lot. What's up, party people in a place to be? Let's get into it. Get your pitchforks and torches ready, no matter what side you fall on, I guess, right? But I had to try Midjourney. When Midjourney came out, I signed up for it, and this is a while ago, and it was on the public beta, or it was on the public version. And I didn't understand what was going on. Like, you had to wait, and I'm just like, what? What is all this? So recently, after a little bit of contemplation, I'm like, let me at least give it a try, right? Because I am, you guys can look on my channel and see that I teach people how to draw. I've uploaded some of my artwork. You can find me online. You could find me. I'm an artist. I do 2D and 3D. But I want to give you my assessments of this. So I paid the $10 to get to invite the bot onto the server or onto my server or whatever. And so I said, okay, let's do this. It was a classic black and white illustration of a lizard man inspired by classic movie monster poses. And I went into this thing and I got this. I got these images. This bottom image was pretty cool. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, eh. I mean, to be very honest with you. Now, I know that there are those people out there that work hours and hours on prompts. I have my own, I'm going to give you guys my own opinion on that, whether you like it or not, because you're watching the video. This second one, and I think I upscaled this one. So I upscaled that, and I'm like, that's not bad, but honestly, I can do better than that. And I thought, okay, this is good for composition. I do like the way that the legs or the bottom half there's the reflection, and I like the way it's silhouetted. It looks nice. And then I said maybe less is more. Instead of me being super, okay, got it. Oh my gosh, got it. I just put a lizard man lurking in a swamp, looking menacing under a full moon, and twisted gnarled tree branches. Comic book illustration. That's what I said. By the way, at no time am I using any artist's name. So that's because I wanted to test something, and I'm not interested in using an artist's name. So comic book illustration, and then I put in cross-hatching. These were better. A little bit better. So they had it was some very interesting choices. The full moon was there. They did really nice with the trees. It was a lot of cross-hatching. Getting into, some of this gets into a little bit of, I don't know, some of it looks a little Photoshop action, Photoshop overlay. Do you know, like when you see some people online, they're like, hey, look, I made this fan art, and it's just a photo with a filter over the top of it. Kind of reminded me of that a little bit. So I changed up some stuff. And then I went to, I went to version 4 because I was on version 5. And I got this, and this just wasn't good. I mean, it just, like the composition though, I will say the composition is very good. So again, at this point, I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool for composition reference, or for referencing a composition so that I wouldn't be starting with nothing and just drawing a blank, right? Just looking at the proverbial blank page. I used the same prompt, and I put this to version 5, which gave me much better results. So I'd use version 5 as opposed to version 4. A lot more detail. And what I think I'd like to do is kind of take a look at these images and let you guys know what is going on within the images. Because I know that there's a lot of websites out there that are, use this artist, use that artist. Here's the camera length, here's the focal this, here's that. And there is, we work, I know there's a lot of, I work really hard for hours and hours to come up with the perfect prompt. And I would kind of counter that with, okay, awesome, but so do artists who draw. Work hard to come up with art. I mean, come on. And look, I understand that. But here's what I want to show you guys. For everybody's out there that's working for hours and hours, I would like your initial feedback on the images themselves. So let's see. I think, where was I at? So then I just said less is more. Powerful wizard character holding his staff in a battle-ready magic pose. Anime inspired, suitable for a poster or book interior. Hyper-realistic manga. Screen tones, inking textures. Hatching and cross-hatching. Now, did I have to look any of that up? No, because I already know about it. I already know what I'm looking for. And I went, oh, okay. I see how, without having to look up any sort of prompt or prompting guide, I just know it. Like I knew I wanted hyper-realistic manga. I knew I wanted it to have screen tones, inking and textures, hatching and cross-hatching. So I came up with, well, I didn't come up with this. I didn't do anything, right? The AI did that. So, by the way, and the hands weren't, the hands, I know that some of it's a little wacky, but nothing that I couldn't fix. But these were pretty, I was really impressed with these. A lot of action to them, classic wizard pose. I could go in like the hand on the staff. It could be done a little bit better, but the staff was good. The wrinkles, I love this. The splash around here. This is a lot of energy. Like this wizard is casting something. So I thought this was pretty dope. And then I did something. I'm going to show you these images because I made them well, obviously I made them the thumbnail. So I'm going to show you guys how I got this. This is one of the things that really made me go, oh, people are working hours to possibly get something that sort of resembles this. And look at this. This one over here is a little terrifying because it's giving me light and shadow. It has a nice crisp outline around it. My goodness, this is really cool. And it's also giving me this blue rim light. I was very impressed with all four of these. This looks like a little bit like Ian McKellen over here in the top. But that's okay. Some of the features are a little, like the nose is kind of over a little bit. The ear is kind of lopsided. But then again, some people not everybody's face is symmetrical, which is cool. But overall, this was good. I like the costuming. And so then I got this other image of my wizard, right? So this kind of reminds me a little more of Harry Dresden up at the top, sort of, but it would obviously be Harry Dresden obviously wears a modern is a modern day wizard. But these were very impressive overall. And these are the prompts that I put in. Now, it looks like I did a lot of work, right? No, I did not. I am going to show you how I got my prompts to give me this image right here, which I cannot see any fault with it. And this image right here. How long did this image take me? How long did the prompt take me? It took me 30 seconds. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to hit pause here. So I used ChatGPT. So the very first black and white prompt that I had up here So I just did this and I said, okay, this is my prompt in air quotes, right? Oh, I did this. I then asked ChatGPT. This is why I don't. This is why this should not be taking you hours to do. So I just said I need a description of a wizard character in a steampunk setting. Please include class, race, physical description down to clothing, and describe what item. I misspell a lot. Items he has. Give him a name and age as well. So it gave me this name. Archibald Fizzleworth. He's 57 years old. He's a technomancer. Subclass is Clockwork Conjurer. They gave me the race. He's half elf. They gave me the physical description, and they gave me the clothing, right? And then they gave me a bunch of items. So then I said, combine that description. And so it gave, that's how this part right here, I copied this, and I actually went and just pasted it, and that's how I got this. So you see right here, this is where I pasted it at, right? And so it gave me this character portrait. So I'm like, okay, its default is to give me a character portrait, right? Because I think that's kind of the vibe mostly of Midjourney. Then I said, combine this. So I wanted to combine my prompt up here with the one that ChatGPT gave me. So you look and it says, combine that description with this. I gave my prompt, and then I said, and create a Midjourney prompt. And then it gave me these 4 paragraphs. So for me to write down, combine this and this, it was what, 30 seconds, maybe? And so I went over here and I got this, and then I upscaled it or up-resed it. So my first impressions of Midjourney is this is an amazing tool for 2D artists. In my opinion, for reference. Can it be used for other stuff? Absolutely. Would I? So if you are, and I want to say this, if you're doing prompts, if you're spending hours and hours on prompts, there appears to be a much easier way. Because I would think that I don't think anyone can debate that these images right here, these wizard images, are really beautiful images. They are. All 4 of them are. Or I guess all 8 of them are. These 4 up here are really good images. At no time did I put in an artist's name. I didn't say, I did not put trending on ArtStation. I didn't put ArtStation. I didn't say any of that stuff. You can look at the prompts and see. I didn't use any of that, but I understand what Midjourney is trying to do. It's like, oh, now I get it. The reason why I knew how to have this come out with no sort of prompt training is because I'm an artist. If you guys want to get better at like this kind of stuff, I urge you to learn to draw, because I don't think I know that I know that there was a lot of 2D art is over, or anybody can do it now. Well, anybody can type in a prompt. That's very true. But if you're an artist, you can use this tool way more effectively. I think way more effectively, because getting these images right here did not take me that long. So here's what I want to do. I would love feedback on this. Right now, as of this recording in April 17th of 2023, you cannot copyright an image made by AI. I don't have a problem with that, because this is a great reference tool for me, and I'll show you why. So this is my Pinterest page. I've had this Pinterest page up for, I think, 4 years, over 4 years. No, whoa, it's been longer than that. I didn't realize that. 8 years. And so I have all kinds of reference for artists. So I absolutely use reference of all things. And I always direct my students to my Pinterest page. I always tell everybody who is a student of mine, hey, go ahead and set up your own Pinterest page. But going back to what I'm saying, you cannot copyright anything that you make with Midjourney or any other AI generated art. So if you cannot have a copyright, please correct me if I'm wrong, lawyers. If you can't copyright an image, why would you be having someone pay for a commercial license? I just need to know that because I've seen it before. AI images, okay, that's fine. You want people to pay you for you compiling hundreds of AI images, okay. But why would you, if you can't copyright it, that means that you don't own the image. So how are you giving permission for other people to use it commercially? Because you can't use it for commercial images, or you can't, well, I guess you can, right? I shouldn't say that. You can use it commercially, but it's not copyrighted, so you don't own it, which means that if I publish this for a book cover called the Gray-Haired Wizard, this is an AI art image. That means that someone can look at that and go, I'm going to use this for a t-shirt. And there's nothing I can do about it. They can. So that's why I'm saying, like, when I see charging for commercial licenses, I'm like, okay, I know it's an ongoing debate. We don't know. What I am interested in doing for this is, yes, this is amazing reference because it's a little bit more unique. And as I've shown you, I do use reference and I collect reference like a lot of artists do. I wouldn't mind putting together reference packs and just putting them on my Gumroad and just giving it to you for free in case. Because if you're doing, and I'm not going to sit here and do 500 of these, like it's not that serious to me. But considering that this took me, I told you, that took me like 30 seconds to do that, and just to upscale it or whatever, and I can just trim it down. This is not something that's difficult to do. So in these images right here, they're square images. I think there's a way that you can change the dimensions of it. And I'd have to look into that just to make it a little bit easier for me. But if you think about it, that's 4 of these, and that's 4 images that I had the AI come up with. Because again, I didn't really do any work. I do urge all of you that are truly interested in drawing to learn how to draw. It does not take you, it really doesn't take you, and I've taught people, links are below, shameless plug, but take anyone's art course, get art books. If prompting AI is your gateway into art, great, that's fine. But there is nothing like being able to create your own characters and to come up with your own ideas. Because what I can do, and what any other artist can do, is I can take any one of these characters and I can draw him in any pose, position. I can change the lighting if I want to. I can give this character a beard. I can fix these 3 fingers. I actually could. I can fix hands. I don't have to reprompt anything to fix the hands. There's a lot that, and I would say that I don't. Am I going to use this as a tool? Yes, I absolutely will use it as a tool. And the other thing that I do want to also kind of reiterate is that I didn't have to put in any artist's name to get a good result. Right? I didn't have to do that. So if you guys thought that I did something like it took me a long time to prompt this or whatever, it just did not. It just didn't do it. So listen, let me try this. So if I wanted to make that photorealistic, I would probably type in. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. So copy, and I think, let me see. What is it? It's / imagine. So prompt, and I'm going to go with photorealistic. Oh, photorealistic 3D model. And then I'm going to put my prompt in afterwards, Control V. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. Because I don't know. I'm going to hit pause. Okay. That's my result. That you just saw me do that. That's my result. Just by putting in photorealistic 3D model. So this does not it shouldn't be as overly complicated as some people are making it out to be, in my opinion. And I'm probably thinking that just because I'm an artist. So I'm not trying to discourage I don't want to discourage anybody. If you are using Midjourney, okay, that's fine. I apparently have convinced myself to use it too. But I love this for reference. This is an amazing reference. Because this is for me, this is a time saver. This saves me a lot of time. I can just put this up on PureRef and just have it up there and have this as my reference character. And I would go in and make a sketch and really develop the character based on these. And I can even bring in these characters up here. I can do this pose and how to draw the pose. So yeah, those are my first impressions of it. If you guys would like to kind of see maybe a few more of these videos, because I'm trying to do the YouTube thing a little bit more, let me know. Let me know what you think, good, bad, or indifferent. If you like this and would like to see, you want to see me do a reference pack for you guys that's free, like, share, subscribe, share it with your friends. Yep, that's it. I'm going to say goodbye. Peace.